Good afternoon, Miami. I am Giovanna, and I am your host of Unlock Your Momentum. I am so excited to bring you this next episode to tell you all about someone who has done exactly that. But before I introduce you to my guest today, it would not do her justice in order for her to give you her introduction because she is doing so much from the very start into what it's turned into. So with that, I am going to play a video that is about 2 minutes long that is going to give you all the background that you need to know about what our guest is doing today and the phenomenal and groundbreaking awareness towards, just stay tuned and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's play that video.
I just swam my fourth Guinness World Record with 42.2 kilometers using my Mermaid monofin, what is also the farthest monofin Guinness World Record right now. And the way how I set the records is that I only use my core and the mermaid fin, and I don't use my arms for a full stroke, because I want to raise awareness that oceans are dying and fishes are getting stuck on plastic and fishing nets. So I kind of applied the ocean activism to my Guinness World Record attempt. Just a week before my record day, Biscayne Bay had a fish kill, and the oxygen level in oceans went down to zero. So all the fishes and stingrays in front of my eyes were suffocating and not having oxygen. And that was a wake-up call to me that I really need to continue my mission with the records. Mermaid swimming is kind of like a dolphin body movement, and that is like really one way to connect with the humans. I mean, I always say I'm a tool between oceans and the humans, and also, of course, who doesn't like Ariel? So I wanted to bring that awareness to the kids, so the kids can care about oceans. So I definitely want to tip my toes to the cold swim with the mermaid fin. And I have another goals regarding all my records, because until there is a trash, I can't stop.
So there you have it. For our guest today, every day is Earth Day to her. So I want you all to help me welcome our guest today, the real mermaid, Merle Liivand. Hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course. And we have so much to jump into because there's so much information and great value and resources that you're going to give to our audience today. And we're going to start with a little bit around how did all of this start? And it's important, right? Because with our audience today, it is about unlocking their momentum. We're all sitting on something great that we haven't yet discovered, or we're in the middle of it. And how do we optimize it? How do we make it even bigger? And for you, this just did not start from a friendly challenge from Usain Bolt, but also from things that were surrounding. So tell us, how did all of this start for you?
Well, it's a combination, like you said, lots of things. I mean, I ended up swimming, or I started swimming because my lungs collapsed, and family doctor recommended to go and learn swimming.
and learn how to ventilate my lungs. So I got better. I mean, I still have asthma, but I got better, and now I can hold my breath forever. But it was kind of there was like a joke going on that I'm, training really hard to be part of Olympic team, and I went to World Championships and I swam 10K, but I doing this mermaid thing with the girls, and then Usain Bolt was like, "Well, why you don't do like 10K with the mermaid fin?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he was like, "Yeah, maybe you should swim around Jamaica," and I'm like, "I've been in Jamaica. There is like, you know." cliffs everywhere, like, and he was kind of like, but you're a mermaid, you should, like, figure it out. And that whole conversation, what was kind of with humor, that kind of bothered me, because I'm like, he is the greatest athlete. I mean, of course there has been, like, coaches who have been wondering if I'm showing up to the world championships with my mermaid tail. And I was like, always, okay, you know what? Let's see who laughs last. And I got invited to the Los Angeles Olympic test event. And I was like, I'm going to show up now as a mermaid with the mermaid tail. And I'm going to set the Guinness World Record. And we will see after that. And now it has ended up that I'm going after my fifth one. So.
Unbelievable. And you just said so much. So you were a swimmer before.
Still am.
Beautiful as you continue.
Yeah.
And then something just very playful comes together and just explodes into just not something that you're doing physically, which you were told that you couldn't do because of your collapsed lungs. And a lot of people can relate to having their own health problems that they need to find a way to overcome. But now you've created this whole sustainability platform to create awareness for our oceans. You've set Guinness World Book records for and about to go and break again. So what a great example and inspiration for so many of out there to know that you can just take something, try it, and see what it turns into, because to your surprise, look at the amazing things that you have done. And I congratulate you for that so much. So let's back up a little bit and let's talk about this fin. So if everyone sees on the screen right now, here's the fin. It's a monofin, if that's correct. So tell us about it and what makes it so unique and challenging as to what you're doing, so our audience members know exactly what you're doing.
Well, I actually I had a chance to work on this fin. I was the only person in the world who was willing to take this prototype to ice cold water and test out every single day to see what happens with the material after when it has been in a cold water. And it's fully 100% silicone, no plastic back, because it goes, into what I'm telling to the world, that, plastic is everywhere and we should use less. And it weighs 4 pounds. So sometimes when people who lift that up, they like fall that way. It happens. But also what is amazing about this fin is, I have met kids, girls, boys who has a desire to be a great athlete, but don't know how to do the fish stroke, what is a Michael Phelps butterfly kick. And they put that fin on, and the way how it's built, it teaches you to engage with your core, and it teaches them how to click in, unlock your momentum to have that butterfly kick. And it also teaches to listen your core more. And that is so important. And first of all, it's 2 legs together. So you have to learn how to have this coming from your core and hips. So in some ways, it has been so exciting to see how I take these Olympic swimmers and they have to like downgrade themselves and listen their bodies and core more, thanks to this product.
Wow. And so that fin is helping in so many other ways, because a lot of the times we focus on the outside, and this has turned it inward to listen to yourself, your body, your needs, all of that, in order to bring both together, the physical and the internal, to succeed. I'm going to, because again, talking does not do it any due diligence on letting people truly see what this technique looks like and how you train, we're going to play a video for them. As a matter of fact, from this morning of you training that you sent, so that people, our audience, can truly understand what it takes for you to train for about what we're going to talk about of when this date next that you're going to break your own world record. So go ahead and play that video for us if you can, to go ahead and show everyone what it looks like, her training.
So this morning I upgraded from 5 pounds to 10 pounds to 15 pounds plus parachute. So Shakira, hips don't lie.
Wow, unbelievable. And what our audience members did not see in there is that attached to you, there's also a parachute that is pulling you so that you're going even more against the current with that. That is absolutely fascinating. And again, I'm sorry, but if that was me, I know that I would just sink to the bottom. Congratulations on that phenomenal physical ability and what you're doing. Let's talk about this next record. Tell me, what's the date? What is your goal with this? And when are you doing this?
So the next fifth Guinness World Record gonna be 30 miles, because I wanna kind of bring attention that 2030 comes really fast when we're supposed to have all the sustainability initiatives in a place, and we are a little bit getting behind with our goals for 2030. So I'm swimming 30 miles on April 15, what is also my birthday weekend. And it's gonna be in Biscayne Bay. I'm gonna swim probably 14 hours. And same time, actually, they're gonna have a Biscayne Bay Bay Nanza cleanup. So if somebody wants to come and cheer for me, they can go to volunteer cleanup.org and find different places in Biscayne Bay to come and cheer for me, and same time clean up the trash. And it's gonna be a long day, but I want to remind everybody, I'm swimming that without using my arms. Just fishes and animals getting stuck on plastic and fishing it.
Yes.
And that's why I'm just using the mermaid fin, no arms, to bring attention. And I really think that we have to do a little bit faster steps for 2030, because we can't put in anymore the sustainability goals to 2035, I mean,
Yeah.
we need to, it's 7 years now. We need to do better.
Yeah. And so I'm going to back up and I'm going to repeat what you just said, because what you just said, again, is absolutely phenomenal. April 15th, Biscayne
Bay.
Biscayne Bay, you are going for your own Guinness World Record for 30-mile swim, no arms, while our community can sign up that day to do a beach cleanup and cheer you on. Did y'all hear that? Please come out and support Mermaid. There is no better way to not only support her cause and mission, but to actually get into action and do something about it to help clean up our beaches. And we know exactly what's happened. So again, she's going for 30 miles. Unbelievable. It's going to start around 6 a.m. in the morning.
Sunset Harbor.
Wow. And will take her about 14
hours.
Please, if that is not awareness, I don't know what is. We will be there to support you. We will reach out to our community, Miami News, to come and support you, because what you're doing is phenomenal. I want to talk about a little bit about the ocean, because this is your mission. This is what you've really set out for. We're right around the corner from Earth Day. It's coming up in April. And like I mentioned, every day should be Earth Day. No reason why one day is a day to focus on the earth. Tell us a little bit about your experience in these swims. What have you encountered? What have you seen? What is driving this passion that you have to take your physical ability and really add this exposure and awareness to the world? Because you're doing this globally. It's just not in Miami. You have partnered up with the World Economic Forum. Tell me.
Yes, I am proudly standing for World Cleanup Day, World Economic Forum, and I have had changed some laws in this world. But the reason why I'm all doing that is, as a swimmer, I had struggled to find places to train, because is it the bacteria levels are too high? Is it the Portuguese man of war seasons have become longer, and I have got stung? I have a second degree burn on my own body, and as well different plastic. And who wants to compete on a plastic? And then also the now it's on the top of king tide is another king tide. So the oceans really have been changing in front of my own eyes, and I'm just 31 years old and thinking about what's my future gonna be like. But also seeing fishes, and especially big fishes, dying, and they finding more plastic on their gut health. It made me question a lot what's happened with humans, if they might eat the fish, what has been exposed to the toxins and pollution. And I started going down the rabbit hole with scientists, and I realized that now the microplastic pieces are found in human blood, and it's just a question to the whole society. If it's already affecting human blood, it's going to affect their behavior. It's going to affect the world leader behavior. It's going to affect our co-workers and talent behavior and their hormonal balance and everything what comes with the microplastic issues in the gut health. And as myself, growing up with the lots of health issues, I'm like, in some ways I don't feel I'm just saving the oceans. I feel I'm saving every single person health in this world. And I have to say that Florida is suffering a little bit too much. We have red tide in west side. We have amazing amount seagrassum coming towards to South Florida. And, it's already affecting also my ability to train for this Guinness World Record. And seeing also the fish kill at 2020, when the whole world was in lockdown and people were under ventilator tubes, but we had to put also ventilator tubes inside Biscayne Bay to start the oxygen again, because the pollution and all that pushed the oxygen level really down to zero. And I'm like, if that happens in the ocean and Biscayne Bay, it's going to happen again with health and humans. And that's the whole reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I overcame my health issues and I overcome them every single day. But also, I think we need to start thinking about, the people around us. What kind of society we want to build around us? What kind of world leader behavior we want to see in the future? So,
yeah, you're standing for a bigger cause than just the ocean. The ocean's very important, the sustainability, but you're expanding it into the human race, how it's affecting us health-wise, because everything is a trickle-down effect. It certainly is. Again, there's a lot of support behind you, a lot of advocacy, community, and I cannot wait to see what you continue to do with this forum that you found, really from being an athlete swimmer and then coming into something that was very playful, that really opened up to you, that was really there for you because of your health, because of your background. Now, there are other things that have opened up for you in this platform, and I want you to tell us a little bit about it, because it does springboard off of the sustainability. So what other projects are you working on? Because, by the way, we are going to have you come back, because there's so much that you're doing that so many people need to know, because you are absolutely multi-talented, and it appears that everything that comes into play for you is turning into like this amazing gold and riches that is influencing and impacting others. So tell us a little bit about what else you're doing with the sustainability platform.
Well, when you are a busy person and always looking, how I can take care of also my ambition as entrepreneur, I'm called aquapreneur, is already developing a product with what I can break the Guinness World Record. It opened me up the business side of me, and I keep developing a more sustainable and durable swim products, so they don't fall apart in the chlorine or salt or under the sun. So I have a couple of companies. As well, when I had chance to start learning about not just like the microplastic, but also the microbeads, what are found in mostly in American cosmetics, I was like, oh no, like this, we need to do something. I need to bring that knowledge, what I have from Europe, to America. And I start looking into scrubs, and I found out the scrubs have microbeads in it. And now
The face scrubs.
the face
Okay.
scrubs, I mean, all scrubs basically. Also, toothpaste has microbeads, and people don't understand what they're using, and then that can affect their brain and their health again. And I found out that there's 24.4 trillion pieces of microbeads found in the water in the world.
Wow.
It's staggering. It's crazy amount to me. But as being on the side of business person, I found out that the pools are mostly clean with volcanic sand.
Mm.
And that just made me understand, well, if we get pools clean with that, why don't we have that in the scrub? And of course, my partner with who we run the skincare Viking Beauty Secrets, we were like, what about Icelandic volcanic sand? And we actually put that inside our face scrub, what is mixed with Nordic berries, and now it's one of the most award-winning face scrub out there, organic face scrub out there. And that really opened up me being like kind of curious, going to my kitchen and trying different things, what my grandmother knowledge is, and bringing this skincare and making sure with the skincare that the packaging has to be is a recycled plastic. Now we are turning more into ocean bound waste plastic
Okay.
packaging. All our day cream, night cream had to be first in a glass. And also because some places they want to use sugar cane, and we know what Florida has sugarcane none. So I'm like, no, let's find another packaging. So it's like I have everyday fun with myself and with my life. So I just keep swimming against the current,
And no pun intended. And you said something that I think is very valuable to go ahead and call out. And you said curiosity. So curiosity has really unlocked other avenues that you've gone down. And obviously, you've become your own entrepreneur with this platform, which absolutely makes sense because through businesses, you can gain even more awareness through other channels out there to get your message across. So I find that, again, very impressive and phenomenal. But another little secret, if I could give it away to our audience, is that you sing.
Yes, I do.
Is that correct? Tell us a little bit about that.
Before I became swimmer, I tried to be part of a singing choir, and I went to this festival where I was part of, school singing and everything. But then I had to choose, should I be a swimmer or a singer? And I had a hard time breathing through in the singing part. So of course the life kind of guided me towards to swimming. But in swimming, you spend so much time by yourself and you have to entertain yourself. So you have to sing to yourself sometimes. And it just happened to be that one day I was picking up trash. I didn't have any more space in my swimsuit to put the trash on. I didn't have enough space on my swim buoy to put the trash on, because every time when I see a trash, I pick that up and trying to bring it out from the water. But then it just it felt like the storm was there, the current was there. Who knows where the sharks were that day? And it just was that I had to tell myself, yes, 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 you can. And I started thinking about my life and all the girls who have been putting down, and all the, when you go to, to meetings, and sometimes you're behind a wheel and you have to tell yourself, yes, 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 I can. And I went to my business partner who have done Eurovision, and I said, I have idea for a song for female athlete, female entrepreneur who gets up in the morning and has to sing to herself that she can conquer the world. And then we ended up with Jimmy Douglas, who's a 5 or 6 Grammy winner, have worked with Justin Timberlake, Rihanna, and he was like, here is my studio, come in. And I'm like, really? Okay. So, and that has been played in some radios and malls and festivals, that song. So
absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the list of what you're coming into and what you're discovering is absolutely fantastic. Now, before we start wrapping up, our audience members out there are absolutely intrigued by, I'm sure, everything that you've said. So what message would you want to give to them as inspiration, as a moment to step back and tell themselves that they can do it, so they can truly step into their potential, unlock that momentum? What would be that message that you would want to share with them?
Well, we all have a chance to change our lives through a switch panel. We can think when things go wrong negative, or we can think positive. And we have to understand that we all have it's inside ourselves. We have to switch, like I said, curious, but you have to switch towards the positive side. I have said so many ways how I can't do it. But instead of that, I switched on my mind. Well, let me figure out. That's a positive thinking, right? If you don't know how, believe, and you will. Because it might guide you towards to even better destination. Path.
Yes.
And the journey.
Yes.
Because it's how we react. Because we all live and we all have struggles. I haven't met any person who hasn't struggles, but it's really how we react. And first, we have to start believing in ourselves.
Wow, you just absolutely summed everything up. Those words had so many legs to it, in the sense of you just gave so much in that message. So I cannot thank you enough for being here today. You're inspirational. You are a wealth of knowledge, a portal to what can be from challenges. And we are going to come and support you April 15th, because we believe in what you're doing. And we all certainly want to be a part of something. And there's no better way to get involved with your community, for others as well as for our environment, than to follow you. So how do people find you?
They can find me on Instagram.
Okay.
It's Aqua Merle, because my dad used to call me Merle. But reach out to me. Even if you Google my name, you might find my LinkedIn or Facebook. And honestly, I always tell people that doing good to this world, you invest into the universal bank account.
There you go.
So come out and be part of this amazing cleanup.
Yes.
It's a Mermaid birthday weekend.
That's right. That's right. And what better way but to be part of the Real Mermaid? And also, I get to remind our audience that I believe that next week, with the Miami Community News, the Pinecrest edition, there is a story coming out on her that you can access. So go to your local establishment where you can pick up a copy of the Pinecrest issue, which will feature a story on her. So with with that, Miami, I am Giovanna with Unlock Your Momentum, here to tell you that it's time for you to access your switchboard and switch that from negativity to possibility to positivity, because we all are just looking for that one small change that can unlock your momentum and bring all that you've ever desired, your platform, your purpose, your passions. It is a joy to be here with you today. It was a joy to bring you Mermaid, and please stay with us, and we'll see you next time. April 15th, come out to witness her 30-mile world record swimming in a monofin with no arms. We will see